Welcome to the ASM booth here at Productronica. I'm joined by Alexander Hagenfeld, who is the Line Solutions Manager. Nice to see you, Alexander.
Pleased to meet you, Trevor.
Okay. So we're here to talk about one of the concepts that ASM uses to keep abreast of its customers' requirements and some of the challenges they come up with. You've put together a number of 10 reference sites under the name the SMT Smart Network. So can you maybe explain a little bit more to our viewers how the SMT Smart Network works and how the partners involved collaborate?
Right, so the SMT Smart Network is a group of SMT manufacturers, like you said, from all over the world. And we as a company work very closely with our customers to implement our solutions and to help them run production more efficiently. Mm-hmm. So these 10 reference sites right here were selected by us because we have found that they are using our products in basically the ideal way. Right. And through that, implementing these smart workflows, they are seeing huge benefits in the way that they run production. So we wanted to showcase that and also bring or lift that to the attention of some of our other customers.
Right, okay. So some of the areas that you work with them on is, the planning, the virtual production, the process optimization, mm-hmm. And of course the production itself.
That's right. So we actually have 8 different workflows, mm-hmm. Which are basically mirroring what we typically see in an SMT factory. Yeah. Based on these workflows, then we've broken it down. So for each reference site, we have a focus workflow that we can highlight and really explain how this customer is using our products to run that workflow in the best possible way.
And I think the beauty of this whole thing is that they not only collaborate with you, but they collaborate with each other.
Right, so that was the next step. So first of all, we selected the reference sites. We worked very closely with them, and then, the next step was to actually integrate the network, invite them all over, so that they can share information amongst each other. So best practice sharing in a way. And so far, this Productronica was the first meeting point for all of our reference sites that actually got together. They joined us here at the booth. All but one could make it, and they've also been supporting us to speak to our customers about our solutions.
And of course, the wonderful spin-off for you is that you learn from this as well.
Absolutely. So by working closely with these customers, we can really identify how we can improve our products. We get a lot of useful feedback from them, sometimes also collectively, where we see that they're struggling with some of the same challenges. And that, of course, is very useful information for us, how we can best address these issues and solve them.
I think it's a great initiative, Alex, but let's take a walk along the wall in front of us here and take a look at some examples.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Alex, we're here at the first reference site to take a look at. That's MRI in the United States. What value did ASM bring to this company?
So MRI is a high mix, low volume manufacturer with very small batch sizes. So a big challenge for them is how can I make my setup preparation more efficient to make sure that we don't have any downtime because we didn't prepare the next setup in time. So in order to help them out, we installed our tower solutions. So they have 3 ASM material towers and our material management software. And by using this, they can get the reels that they need to prepare the next setup in the correct order that they will be set up on the tables. Yeah? So that's a huge benefit for the operator because you don't have to search around, look for the right component, and then match it up with the correct track and so on. And through that, then they were able to achieve a speed that was sufficient to avoid any potential downtime.
Great. So any idea roughly what sort of improvement in production they achieved?
Right, so I think what they reported was around 20-30% improvement overall for the material logistics part. And of course through that then a higher productivity of the line because they were seeing less machine stops due to missing material.
Okay, let's move on up to the next one. The next company is Aros in Sweden. It says they're 60% more efficient in material logistics. How did you approach this problem?
Right, so Aros is quite a bit of a special customer, also very, very flexible, but also very automated. So they're using a lot of our different solutions to reduce the number of actions required on the line. Basically, they can put in a PCB and it's going to run through the entire SMT line and the operator doesn't have to touch anything, download any program. And in addition to that, so they have 6 SX1 machines with a dual lane concept. That means that while they are readjusting the transport width for one of the lanes, during a program changeover, they can continue to manufacture on the other lane without stopping the line.
Okay, so basically full automation, with the exception, of course, of replenishing the feeder banks.
That's right. So automation is a big part of it. And then, as you mentioned, the 60% improvement in material management actually came about by using our material management system and the so-called ASM material setup assistant, which helps or guides the operator how to prepare the next setup on time and where to get the material and so on.
Using or implementing this amount of automation, did they see an improvement in quality as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's hard to put a number on that one, but definitely productivity went up and the overall quality of the line, again, by reducing the amount of actions required at the line and taking away any potential areas where manual error could occur, they've seen a very good increase in quality.
Great. Okay, let's keep moving up our line. The next company is Vega in Germany, so a local company.
Yeah, right.
They had twice as fast in the setup preparation time.
Right. So Vega is another very flexible customer, and they've come a very long way in terms of material management. Again, they're using our solution, but we are contributing one part of it. They've also managed to integrate this solution with other suppliers, Cardex, for instance. So they have a fully automated storage system. Our solution speaks to their solution. And in the incoming area, they're using something called MODI. It's a scanning table for incoming parts that can recognize different barcodes, take that information, assign a unique ID, and then we feed that into our system.
And that unique ID follows the product throughout the factory.
Exactly. So they have full control, full transparency of all the material that is in their factory. And then in terms of setup preparation, again, this customer is also using the setup assistant, which guides the operator through the necessary steps of preparing the next setup, everything from picking the right material, but also reusing material from previous setups in upcoming setups.
Excellent. Okay, so let's move on up to the next one, which is in Asia, a CIG in China.
Right, so let's switch continent. CIG in China is much bigger than the previous customers that we've seen. They have about, I think, 20 lines in total in their factory. But the main focus here, or the workflow that we want to focus on, is the amount of factory integration that they have going on. Yeah? Or let me start by saying they have two almost fully automated production lines. And for these lines, then again, you put in a PCB, and it goes through. It's a 100-meter long line. Bare PCB goes in, and finished product, packaged product, comes out of the line. Yeah? So that's already quite impressive. But it is, right? But the main focus here is they have developed their own cloud system to manage the data in their factory. Okay. So it's called the CIG Cloud, and it's continuously being fed from all the machines in the factory, including our machines, over the OIB interface, with different information about how production is going, and they're using that to really optimize the way that they run their production.
Right. Well, I'm seeing here that they reduced the staff on the line from 63 to 13. That is huge.
That is huge. So the line I just mentioned, the 100-meter long one, it used to be, or they used to need 63 workers for the two lines to run that production, and through all the automation that they have done, they've now reduced that number to 13.
Do the 13 that are still there, they have to be of a higher skill level?
Definitely. So the task that they are assigned is much bigger than for the traditional line. So they have more responsibilities, and the main focus there is really to provide the line with the materials that it's consuming.
Right. So. Okay, let's move on to the final one in this sample of 10. It's again another Chinese company called ATH, and you achieved a 30% space saving. I'm guessing with the towers.
Yeah, the towers were part of it, that's right. So ATH is actually our sister company in China, and they manufacture all the electronics for our ASM Pacific technology, so our mother company, and their back-end machines, all the electronics comes out of this factory. Now, the workflow that we focused on here was how can we reduce the amount of effort that goes into moving material through the SMT shop floor.
Yep.
So one part of the space savings that you're seeing here are our towers. They were able to move it into a much more compact space, but also they're focusing highly on how can I get material automatically to the location where it is needed. Yeah? So they have AGVs that are carrying material from the main warehouse to the the line side stock,
Okay.
which consists of 3 material towers, and then they have a robot arm that is picking up the material from the AGV, putting it into the towers, and then in the next step, when either the line needs more material or you're preparing, an operator is preparing another setup, they can order that material from the towers, so again, automatically removed and transported via AGV to the setup area.
Great, great. Well, it's an amazing story, the way that AGVs are moving materials around the factory.
Right, and it's also quite amazing to see what is possible. Of course, what the important thing is, the system needs to know where the material has to go at any given time. So you need to have a connection to the machines. What material are they consuming? Also to the setup area. What setup is being prepared next, and the exact reels that are needed, which order, and so on. Yeah.
Well, I think it's a great initiative, Alex, and of course there's more that we could look at, but I think there's 10 in total at the moment. But for now, thank you for showing us the SMT Smart solution.
You're very welcome.